Hey guys, today I'd just like to talk to you about a few things, just a few small things before you set up a domain for your small business. Now, let's just say you had a good idea, and you have a good idea for a business. Maybe you've been planning this for a year or for some time, or you just wake up one day and decided, I'm just gonna do this. And you have an idea for a domain, all right, for a domain name. Guys, it's very important that you have just a few you take a few steps to have a look at if your domain is all right, if it has a past, if it's good locally and all that type of stuff, right? There's just some metrics that you have to look at in order for you to be sure that you're picking the right domain. Now, let's start with the hosting first. For hosting, I do recommend Bluehost. I think Bluehost is all right. If you're using a .com, of course, if you're using a .com website, if you're planning to go with a .com, .net, .org, those types of domains, if you're planning to go along those lines, I think that Bluehost is all right. And then if you are in a country, all right, I do recommend going for something country specific. A country specific domain will always do better in terms of local SEO compared to the .com domains. All right, there are a couple of outliers, but that's been my experience so far. So let's just say you're in, maybe let's say in the UK. All right, let's just open here domains. There are different country specific domains for each country, right? In the UK you have the .co.uk. In the maybe Australia you have a .au. Maybe Japan, I think I've seen it as .jp and .ch and .de, .se. So there are a lot of country specific domains, and each country has its own list of top web hosters that would offer the to host the domains for you, maybe at a cheaper price, at a better premium. So you have to take a look at those things and consider whether you should go for a country specific domain or not. .com is always good. Yeah, I'm not saying that .com is bad, but if it's just like a business that's going to be dealing with things locally all the time, I think it's just better to have a country specific domain. All right, so for domains, I do recommend having at least a 1 word or 2 word domain. Nothing too crazy. Don't go crazy, okay? Don't go crazy just putting a 5 word domain onto it, or a domain with like a crazy name, like a gamer name or something. Go for something simple, something straightforward that is easily recognizable by your customers, by your clients, and something that is easy to remember also. Because if it's complicated, if I have to write down your domain to remember it, you're doing something wrong. Okay, you're doing something wrong. It should be easy, it should be welcoming. So make sure not to go crazy with domains. All right, guys. So it's very important to at least have it as a 1 word or a 2 word domain. All right, and it should be simple. It also, obviously, the domain itself will be tied to the name of your business. So if you already decided to make a website, you should understand, you should have maybe a look at alternatives and just see how you can balance the two. Because obviously you're not going to change your business name, but your domain name is going to have to be reasonable. Let's just put it that way. So once you have your 1 word domain name started, maybe let's just say, for an example, you have something like Screen Shop, right? And you've checked, make sure to check the availability for the domain. So you can go to Bluehost domains, and then it'll bring you here, and then you can check if your domain is available. So you say Screen Shop. Let's just say you're making a shop that sells screens. All right, and then you can come here, right, the .com thing, and then you can choose this. All right, so like I said, Bluehost is good for these .com, .net, .org, .online, .site, .website, these types of domains. It's good for these. And then if you're in a country, you can use a country specific web hoster to check if your domain is available. So for me in South Africa, this would be screenshop.co.za, right? Then you can check for availability and see if the domain is available. So as you can see, screenshop.co.za is available. Guys, there's almost always a 90% chance that a country specific domain will be available as opposed to the .com, because the .com domains, a lot of them have been taken. There's been a lot of experimenting and a lot of things going on in the background, so a lot of these domains have been taken. So you might find that if you say screenshop.co.za, like screenshop.com, somebody has already taken it, especially if the name is simple. But if it's a country specific, if your domain is country specific, then there's a high chance that it has not been taken yet before. So something to remember. It's very important to remember that. Now once you have your domain, once you've decided that, well, here it is, it's available, I want to take this one, you want to go to expireddomains.net. all right, just to check if there is nothing dodgy that happened with your domain before, because some domains have a past. All right, so some people buy a domain and then they do some dodgy shit with it, and then Google bans them or puts like some manual action onto it, and then you come and buy it, and then you find yourself struggling to get the website up and running. So it's very important to have a look at this. I'm not sure if the backlinks carry over onto a new domain when you're buying it, but I think it's very important to just have a look at this and just make sure that you're not buying something dodgy. Now for the .co.za, it's not available. All right, so there's like no information about it. But if you do say screenshop, you may find that there are some domains that use. So maybe you wanted to go for screenshop.us, it's here, it is, it's deleted and there are no backlinks. This is the main metric that you want to look at here, the backlinks. All right, I don't mind the ranking and like the domain authority and all that type of stuff. You just want to have a look at the backlinks. All right, so you just have to look at where you are buying your domain, country specific, and then just make sure that there's nothing dodgy happening. So if you want to have a look at something along the lines of, if there's a high amount of backlinks, in the thousands basically speaking, then something might not be going well. I think that 1,000 backlinks is not bad, but sometimes you may find out that something bad happened to the website, right? But if you're looking at like 50,000 domains, 20,000 domains, sorry, backlinks, 10,000 backlinks, 100,000, 200,000 backlinks, do not buy this shit. All right, something dodgy might be happening with the domain. So once you've checked that your domain, there's nothing wrong happening with the domain, then you can continue to buy the domain. All right, purchase it, and then install WordPress onto it. I'm not going to show you how to install WordPress, but I'm just going to assume that you understand how to do that. There are plenty of videos on how to set up a WordPress into either Bluehost or your country specific, but it's all straightforward and it's all pretty much the same in some form of way. If you're going to be doing a e-commerce, right, if you're going to be doing an e-commerce website, it's very important to mind the space that you're going to be buying with the package. All right, because as you work on the website, as you add the products and just do a lot of things onto it, it's going to matter. The space is going to matter. So that's something that you have to look at also when you are buying a domain. But this is pretty much it so far for the first video series in digital marketing, guys. Thanks for watching, and next time I'll talk to you about WordPress.